Miss Dyson. Today I'm going to be giving my demonstration speech. Have you ever sat in the mirror and wondered what it would look like to have a different color hair? Have you ever been one of those people that just experiments with hair color? The reality is, more than half of the people in our world dye their hair to this day. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to simply and successfully dye your hair using a frosting kit. We will go over the history of hair dye, what the two major types of hair dyes are, and the process of how to frost someone's hair. According to HumanTouchOfHistory.com, people have dyed hair for centuries. It first started with plant extracts and minerals and went to chemicals. Ancient Saxons have dyed their hair for centuries to show rank and to instill fear in their enemies on the battlefield. Eugene Schuler in the early 1900s was the first person to create a commercially made chemical hair dye. His company was called L'Oreal, which is still used today. Around 1932, a man named Lawrence Gelb created a dye that would actually penetrate into the hair shaft. His company is known as Clairol, and is also still used today. After learning about where hair dye has originated from, I would like to also tell you the two most widely used hair dyes. Hair dye comes in semi-permanent and permanent. Semi-permanent can last for up to 12 shampoos. It is not a very long-lasting option, and it's not a good option when you want to cover your grays. The problem with semi-permanent hair dye is that it doesn't contain peroxide or ammonia, meaning it can only darken your hair. The other option is permanent hair dye. It's the right choice if you want to cover your gray hair, because it contains peroxide and ammonia. It easily covers grays and can lighten your hair, not just darken it. This choice of dye will last about 6 to 8 weeks, and it also is the option I choose. Now that I have explained the types of hair dyes, it's time to actually show you how to dye hair. Before we begin, I would like to tell you that you should always start with dry hair. You need to make sure that your hair is freshly combed and that your hair has not been washed. This is because when your hair is dirty, the hair dye will hold better. To begin, you should first empty your box. This is the box that I will be using. It's Revlon Frost and Glow, and it's a frosting kit. So this frosting kit will make my grandmother's hair a lot lighter blonde than it already is. I bought this at a drugstore, and you can also buy it at Walmart and Kmart or Target or any other stores like that. So once you've emptied the box, you should have the frosting powder. You should have a developer. You should have a plastic mixing bowl. You should have, this is a spatula to spread the hair dye with, and then it will have a pull-through hook device. You'll have the cover cap, and then you'll also have the cap that she has on her head now. To begin, you should first put the cap on her head and pull the hair through. I've already pulled some of the hair through because it takes a long time to do this. So I'll demonstrate like pulling one hair through. All you do is take the hair pulling through hook and you put it through the holes and pull the hair. Half the time it'll create like a hook in the hair, so that's why you need a comb to comb the hair. But I've already combed all this hair through to make sure that it was not knotty. After you put the cap on, tie it tightly around, and pull the hair through, you then need to take the developer, this is developer, and the hair lighting powder, and you'll mix them together in the bowl. You should also make sure you're wearing gloves at this point before you actually start mixing, because once the developer gets in there, it could burn your hands. So there should be gloves inside the instructions. So make sure you put those on. Once your gloves are on, you can put the developer in with the hair dye powder, the hair lightening powder. It'll take probably about a minute or so to mix up, well, 30 seconds to mix up, because you want to make sure that all the powder has been put together. Half the time it'll be a white color or a purple when you're going to lighten somebody's hair. So, once everything's mixed up and it looks like a nice cream like this, you can start by putting on the hair. You're going to just spread it around on the hair like this. Once you've covered the whole head, it's good to take your hands and actually, spread the hair dye around so you make sure it gets all underneath and all the way to the ends. You want to make sure that every part of it gets covered. So once the whole hair has been covered, make sure that you run your fingers through it and use all that. Make sure you use everything too. Use your entire thing. Even if the hair is short, use all of it. At this point, once the hair has all been covered, you're going to let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes, and you'll put this over top of it. This is so it can sit and it holds the heat in, because once the chemical gets with your hair, it's going to heat up, which is already heating up now. So this will sit on there for 20 to 30 minutes, and once the 20 to 30 minutes is up, you can take this off and rinse the hair in the sink. So I'm not going to make her rinse her hair because it's not completely dyed yet, but you'll put it in the sink and rinse it until the water is run clear. And once the water runs clear, then you can use this shampoo and conditioner. And the shampoo and conditioner is going to be inside of your pack. It'll only last for one time, so just use it as soon as you wash the hair out. And after that's done, you're done doing this. So in conclusion, remember that hair dye has been around for centuries, that it comes in different types, and that these following steps for your hair will make your hair turn out fresh and new looking. Whether you're choosing to cover your grays or you just want to change this, this is the easiest way. Why spend so much money on a salon when you can do it yourself at home? Thank you so much for watching my demonstration speech on how to dye hair. And this is my grandma. So, thank you.